Hey guys, Seleno here from PlayToEarn.net. Today's video is another episode of our weekly news series where I'll be talking about major news that happened in the PlayToEarn gaming scene this past week to give you a recap. This is going to be another long video with the amount of news to talk about, so without further ado, let's get started. To start off our list, Axie Infinity records its lowest daily active users in 8 months. One of the most well-known games in the blockchain gaming scene, Axie Infinity's daily active user count had a peak of 2.7 million users last year and was expected to rise even more in 2022. But on May 9th, the game only recorded 926,000 active daily users, which is the first time it has been that low in 8 months. Several comments about the factors influencing the reduced number of players is the dwindling value of both SLP and AXS, while others argue that the change in gameplay mechanics of how SLP is earned could have been the cause. But the founder, Jeffrey Zerlin, released a statement reassuring fans that they are here for the long term and working hard to improve the game. Up next, MBL teams up with Sorare to create NFT Baseball Game. Major League Baseball has recently announced a partnership with Sorare to release an NFT-based baseball game this summer. The game will allow you to collect digital versions of active players and use these to create teams and compete for prizes. It will not be a draft style because teams will be formed using fans' NFT cards, which will make it unique among similar fantasy games. And since these cards are NFTs, they are freely tradable between players. Players can compete using the NFTs representing Major League Gaming players and compete in tournaments. The results are also affected based on the real-life performance of these players. These tournaments will have prizes, but the final details haven't been revealed yet. The game will also offer users free cards to start playing. Sorare has created similar games for soccer leagues like Bundesliga, Copa America, and more where players win a variety of prizes on the basis of their NFTs. MLB was drawn to Sorare's platform because of their 1.8 million registered users from 184 countries. Speaking of companies with massive country reach, Square Enix reveals blockchain gaming plans in latest annual financial report. The publisher of Final Fantasy recently published their annual financial report, which has some info on what it plans to do regarding blockchain and NFT gaming. The report contains a section on medium-term business strategy progress, which mentions 3 business strategies: strengthening the company's IP ecosystem, taking on new domains, and optimizing business structure for a COVID world. The first and third points concern the recent sale of their high-profile IPs and studios, providing further info on reasonings behind the deal. The second business strategy is where it goes more into detail regarding crypto gaming. The report mentions the formation of a blockchain entertainment business division in February of this year, while also completing Season 1 of Shisansei Million Arthur in March this year, which is a blockchain card game that will be getting another season as the developer is encouraged by the results and feedback from our NFT business. Square Enix will also look into invest in what they describe as key areas, which include Animoca Brands and the Sandbox for blockchain and Ubitus for cloud gaming. Up next, GRIT officially passes Gala Games' node vote. After a majority vote of founders, nodes, operators voting in favor of it, GRIT, a battle royale game, has officially become part of the Gala Games ecosystem. The owners had 24 hours to vote. Out of 9,407 voters, 98.83% were in favor of having the game accepted, 0.89% were against, and 0.28% abstained. GRIT is a Wild West themed battle royale game that will be the latest addition to Gala Games. It will be played with a third-person perspective and features more than 20 projectile-based weapons, horses, and Wild Western environments. It will be playable in solo, duo, or squad showdown modes and is expected to release sometime this 2022 for Windows PCs. It will also be free to play for anyone to try it out when it is released. Up next on our list, Gods Unchained implements royalty fees on secondary market transactions of cards. Gods Unchained recently announced that it would introduce royalty fees for secondary market transactions of cards to reward original creators by giving them a small part of the fees from items they created. This will apply to all cards, including newly minted ones and existing ones retrospectively. 20% of the royalty fee will be contributed to the Gods staking pool. It was recalled that this strategy was well outlined in the white paper for Gods Unchained as one of its avenues for growth and expansion by giving back to the community. This move aims to benefit all active gamers in the ecosystem, as well as help the secondary market expand as more players utilize it by trading cards or more cards are being traded per player. These transactions will benefit those who choose to stake their Gods token and actively participate in the game. Up next, Crazy Defense Heroes adds KYC verification for claiming tower rewards. In collaboration with KYC service BlockPass, Crazy Defense Heroes has added in a required verification for players who would like to claim tower rewards earned starting May 2022 and onwards. The change will alienate a number of players from the play-to-earn aspect of the popular tower defense mobile game because a number of countries will not be able to complete the KYC verification. A few of the countries are Afghanistan, China, Cuba, Iran, Russia, Uganda, and Venezuela, to mention a few. KYC requires a person to be at least 16 years old with a valid email and also asks for a proof of address in either a driving license, passport, or national ID. Adding your wallet address is necessary for the verification process too, so using the same address as the one you've linked to the game is important. If you don't know about Crazy Defense Heroes, it is a free-to-play 2D tower defense fantasy game available on Android and iOS. It is backed by Animoca Brands, one of the biggest investors in blockchain gaming. Despite adding KYC requirements for rewards from May 2022 and onwards, rewards from previous months can still be claimed on the game's official website without verification. Up next, Revv Motorsport provides a way out for F1 Delta Time NFT holders. Last March 16th of 2022, F1 Delta Time, one of the first ever licensed NFT games, lost its official license and was shut down by Animoca Brands. These caused all the in-game assets to become worthless. NFT owners were in shock and wondered what would happen to their investments, with one person reportedly investing over $100,000 worth of Ethereum on one car. The team released a statement that there were plans ongoing to ensure current asset owners of F1 Delta Time are rewarded for their loyalty and support. Animoca Brands, in collaboration with Revv Motorsport, announced 3 possible solutions for NFT holders. They can swap their NFTs for race passes inside Revv Motorsport. This will allow them to access staking program managed by the game's team. They can also transform their NFTs by parts, getting an equivalent value part inside Revv Motorsport. This is a form of complete modification and players do not lose the pieces they own. They will also be airdropped a new set of cards of the same rarity as they were holding before. And the last option is to just keep the NFTs in the hopes of them increasing in value in the future due to rarity. These 3 choices given by Animoca Brands and Revv Motorsport provide owners a chance to potentially recoup their losses. Up next, Sorare's iOS mobile app is now available on the App Store. Sorare recently announced that the iOS version of their app is now available for download on the Apple App Store. Through the app, players can now design lineups, track teams, and access several gaming rewards. There's a Tournaments tab to access competitions and a My Teams tab to manage your teams. Players can also track their team progress throughout each week, including team rankings and a detailed player statistics section to track their performance. Players can also share lineups with friends to showcase their skills, a live update feature, and personalized notifications. This announcement comes on the back of the successful release of their iOS beta in March, where they received impressive feedbacks. The development team has announced that work is ongoing for the Android beta version. Up next, Galaxy Fight Club publishes a new game trailer featuring many NFT PFP projects. The developers of Galaxy Fight Club recently posted a trailer for their upcoming cross-IP PvP fighting game that is currently available on open beta for mobile devices. The trailer shows us animated cinematic action and showcasing some of the NFTs that can be used in the game. These include the Galaxy Fighter, which is the game's own NFT collection, along with other partnered collections like BAYC, Deadheads, Cyberkongs, and Kaiju Kongs. The trailer shows them fighting in the arena with a variety of weapons. The video ends with a few clips of the actual gameplay. The team also updated the website of the game to go alongside the new trailer, making navigation easier. If you don't know about Galaxy Fight Club, it is a free-to-play play-to-earn MOBA that recently went into beta last month. It can be played in 1v1 or 3v3 fights and playable even if you don't own an NFT. It is built on the Polygon blockchain using Unity game engine. They announced 2 tournaments back in April, with one having $300,000 in prizes at stake. The game can be played now on iOS and Android devices. Up next, Crush May Mayhem Event to award $400,000 in prizes. If you don't know about Crush, it is a free-to-play match 3 game like Candy Crush, which is themed after another game in Gala's ecosystem called Townstar. The more matches you complete with low turns will reward you with more points. Players who complete a match are rewarded with test tokens since it is still in testing phase. These are non-tradable but can be used to buy bombs to help finish levels faster. Gala Games is giving away up to $400,000 in Gala prizes in their Crush May Mayhem event. These will be distributed to Gala Gold members who complete all 12 new levels of Crush. Gala Gold is a $50 lifetime membership to Gala Games that comes with special benefits at a one-time fee. The Townstar and Crush events will happen simultaneously. Townstar is another game by Gala, which is a farming simulator. If you've played games like Farmville or Heyday, you'll have an idea what this is like. To play the games, users will need a Gala account first. Crush is part of Gala Games project GYRI, which aims to test the launch of their own blockchain. If you're liking this news list so far, remember to check out our website and news section to be updated with everything about blockchain gaming. Now let's get back to the video. For the next few pieces of news, we have a series of articles about the Sandbox. First up, the Sandbox reveals various landowner benefits in new roadmap. One of the most popular gaming metaverses recently revealed a roadmap for land NFTs which detail the various benefits landowners have been looking forward to see. The roadmap is divided into 7 categories, being claim, stake, buy, play, build, migrate, and meet. The claim section talks about sand airdrops, with 2.5 million sand airdropped last January and another 5 million dropping this May. The amount of sand you will get depends on tiers, shown here. As for staking, a new system will be put in place that will reintroduce staking multipliers back on Polygon Layer 2 for Sand and Sandmatic as soon as the deployment is complete. For the buy section, the team reveals new partners to be announced in June. New land sale structures will also be implemented in September, including KYC and a raffle system. The play section talks about an exclusive raffle system with extra raffle tickets for each land you own. People who want to create estates will be able to do so sometime in Q3, while Q4 should open up the ability to publish experiences on lands and estates. And the last two sections, Migrate and Meet, mention full migration of features over to Polygon in June. Those transferring land will receive 10 sand per land to offset gas fees. This is along with an announcement of a meetup at NFT.NYC on June 20th. On more news about Sandbox, the game is introducing KYC verification for landowners in its metaverse. If you recall, I talked about this earlier in the buy section of the land benefits roadmap. The Sandbox announced that it will commence KYC verification for future land sales as a way to remove bots, fake accounts, and malicious actors. Many arguments have been made about KYC in the blockchain ecosystem, with many having the opinion that it contradicts the anonymity, one of the pillars of blockchain technology, by using KYC and making individual identities available in a centralized database. From the perspective of the Sandbox, the relevance of the feature is understandable given the numerous fake accounts that exist in their metaverse, which can disrupt contests or scam some members. This is not new in the blockchain gaming space though, as more brands are requiring KYC from their communities. A few examples are Yuga Labs with the Other Side land sale, and a piece of news I discussed earlier about Crazy Defense Heroes requiring KYC to claim rewards. Additional info on the verification process is yet to be available, but according to the roadmap I discussed earlier, land will be distributed through a raffle system for KYC verified participants in the sale. The Sandbox also announced partnering with RLTY for accessible metaverse event creation. The Sandbox has teamed up with RLTY to make it easy for anyone to host metaverse events on one of the most popular blockchain gaming metaverses. RLTY describes itself as the metaverse event company with the goal of providing a no-coding solution that everyone can use to host events easily, not just on the Sandbox but any other metaverse platform. As part of this partnership, RLTY purchased a 6x6 land plot that will be used to host self-produced events and licensing partnerships with major festivals, artists, galleries, conferences, fashion shows, and brands. In more partnership announcements, the Sandbox has announced a collaboration with South Korean storytelling group Studio Dragon to build a K-Drama Metaverse with drama content. Studio Dragon is Asia's leading drama studio with over 183 global productions. Some notable projects are Mine, Vincenzo, Stranger, and Another Miss O, among others. The studio oversees the complete production process of the shows, including content planning, development, financing, production, and distribution. Through this collaboration, the IPs of Studio Dragon will be built on the Sandbox as a K-drama playground, allowing the studio to mint avatar accessories and game item NFTs. Studio Dragon will also be able to create collaborated content with global IPs on the Sandbox, allowing them access to a broader audience while immersing viewers in a fresh and exciting experience. And for the last piece of news concerning the famous gaming metaverse, the Sandbox partners with Jamiroquai to bring more fun and entertainment to its metaverse. In a recent announcement, the Sandbox partners with Jamiroquai to bring the band's creativity, musical excellence, and free-spirited essence to Web3. Jamiroquai is an English funk and acid jazz band formed in 1992, which was prominent in the London-based funk and acid jazz movement of the 1990s. They've had immense success in the industry and have sold more than 26 million albums worldwide as of 2017. Their third album, Traveling Without Moving, received a Guinness World Record as the best-selling funk album in history. The collaboration was developed in conjunction with Bravado and Universal Music Group. That's it for news about the Sandbox. Now to more news in the play-to-earn scene. Up next, former Nintendo of America president responds to NFT comments backlash. In an interview with GamesBeat to promote his new book, Disrupting the Game, Reggie Fils-Aimé was asked if his position regarding NFTs in relation to blockchain gaming had changed. This is because of the criticism he received for his comments during the SSXW panel. In that panel, the former Nintendo of America president said that he believes in blockchain technology, particularly fascinated by the play-to-own concept among others. This comment was not received well in several quarters, and many made sure to voice displeasure with the stance of such an eminent figure in the gaming industry. Reggie Fils-Aimé responded to the journalist's question using Fortnite as a case study. He said that games like Fortnite changed the perception of gaming and became a dependable source of revenue generation even if it was considered disruptive at the onset. He added that he believes the perception of blockchain by the gaming industry can be transformed by one good experience. Up next, game startup Branch raises $12.5 million to develop play-to-earn project. Branch recently announced it's successfully raising $12.5 million to create a play-to-earn game. The company is developing a game that incorporates elements of Minecraft, Animal Crossing, and RuneScape. Mechanism Play, TCG Crypto, Dragonfly Capital, Polygon, Coinbase Ventures, 3 Arrows Capital, and Polygon Studios CEO Ryan Watt were among those who participated in the seed funding round. The upcoming game revolves around islands, which are the NFTs that players can own. Each island contains different resource components, which will then be used to create structures and in-game items. Since each island has different resources, players can earn by trading with each other to get the materials they need. Branch co-founder Dayton Mills believes that the game will appeal to a diverse demographic, from US-based players looking for investments in virtual real estate to Axie Infinity-style gamers earning income by playing games. Branch has also chosen to exclude traditional cryptocurrency from its gaming system in order to avoid the criticism that has become synonymous with NFT-based games. According to the company, the full version of the game will be released this summer. Up next, Twitch co-founder's blockchain game company raises $24 million. Kevin Lin, the co-founder of Twitch, has raised $24 million for his blockchain game Meta Theory. The seedling round was led by Andreessen Horowitz and participated by Pantera Capital and FTX Ventures among others. The San Francisco-based company will focus on developing high-quality games and virtual worlds that utilize blockchain technologies including NFTs. They are currently working on their main play and earn game, which is planned to release in Q3 of this year. According to the founder, the team is aware of criticism concerning NFTs by gamers and developers. As a result, the company will use a sustainable, efficient blockchain that will not contribute to climate change. In addition to its upcoming play and earn game, the Duskbreakers team is working on a second NFT collection, 3D profile picture avatars, merch, and events. Up next, Chronicles launches sweep function to make farming easier for players. Chronicles recently released a new feature called Sweep Function to reduce the difficulty of farming for essential materials needed for crafting in the game. In Chronicles, there are different ways to earn rewards, which includes exploring dungeons, crafting items to sell, or trading these items with other players. If players go for the crafting route and want high returns, they are expected to gather materials to develop unique crafts. The process for resource gathering is rigorous and time-consuming, hence the introduction of the Sweep function. This allows players to use AP potions and action points to gather materials in one sweep. According to the team, this feature is a response to user feedback on how to improve the quality of gameplay while further incentivizing the gaming experience. If you don't know about Chronicles, it is an open-source idle MMORPG. You can check out their website if you want to try the game. Up next, MetaSoccer introduces new personal attribute called Player Condition. The PlayToEarn Soccer Metaverse announces inclusion of a player condition feature into the game's attributes. This addition is in line with the game's plan to simulate real-world soccer situations with in-depth analysis of players' performance, health status, and capabilities. The player condition feature provides an added layer of authenticity to the game by mimicking real-world situations like fatigue. With this new feature, all players start with 100% condition at the start of each game. This will drop by 20% for every match played, and a 24 hours refill period is needed to go back to 100%. An icon beside the condition bar indicates the exhaustion level of the player. A red heart means your player will perform worse if tired between 20 to 24%. And if players are exhausted at 19 to 0%, they will not be able to start a match. This feature provides a higher level of excitement to the game since players will need to showcase impressive management skills and tactics to maximize the potential of their players. More planned additions to MetaSoccer like injuries, fitness, and substitutions are coming based on their development roadmap to make the game more engaging for the players. Up next, Phantom Galaxies Planet Private Sale raises $19.3 million. With an overwhelming success of selling 7,734 planets in total, Phantom Galaxies announces the close of the sale and a revenue of $19.3 million. The planets are NFTs that give holders access to in-game real estate as well as regular emission of the native token of Phantom Galaxies, among other forms of utility. Each planet has a designated location within the game and has unique traits to distinguish it from others. The value of each planet varies depending on its classes and characteristics, and owners of these assets can use them for economic purposes like constructing structures such as marketplaces and hangars. With the success of the private sale, people who want to own a planet of their own can buy one during the upcoming planet public sale. Phantom Galaxies is an upcoming mech combat game developed by Bluefish Studios. It is currently in its alpha phase of testing and is one of the first blockchain games with wide acceptance from both Web3 and traditional gamers. The early access to its beta launch is planned for Q3 of 2022. Up next, DeFi Kingdoms builds anticipation for a new Hero Duels feature ahead of planned launch. DeFi Kingdoms released a design of the Hero Duels feature to notify members of its community of the upcoming addition to its metaverse. This feature is designed to provide more intrigue, competition, and exciting content as the game seeks to widen its user base and offer an improved quality of gameplay to members of its ecosystem. Hero Duels are a PvP side game with straightforward mechanics and stats. These enable heroes to gather in-game valuables and earn additional tokens while also developing their skills. Heroes are full RPG characters with stats, HP, mana, stamina, and a leveling system. They also have 2 sets of genes, one for appearance and the other for playable attributes. Currently, the only role of heroes is to purchase lands, tend gardens, and gather in-game resources. With the inclusion of Heroes Duel, they will be able to compete against each other for additional tokens while also giving more entertainment to gamers. Heroes Duel is scheduled to be released in June, but not much more info about it has been released so far. Up next, Splinterlands to overhaul ranked rewards system. The Splinterlands team recently announced an overhaul to its existing ranked rewards system. This is meant to alleviate some issues present in an effort to improve the sustainability of the game's play-to-earn economy. New changes were included for game elements such as reward shares, starter cards, loot chests, quest potions, and daily quests, which are now called Daily Focus. With this update, starter cards will no longer be eligible to earn rewards. This means that starter cards will reduce reward shares for every ranked victory. For example, having a team of 6 cards with 4 starter cards reduces your rewards to 1/3 of what you would have earned. And players who still have quest potions will no longer have them as the devs have decided to remove them from the game. Those who don't use up their quest potions will be refunded the corresponding amount spent buying them. While the code for this update is set to go out during the week of May 22nd, the new system itself will actually begin working at the start of a new season on May 31st. Up next, Joystick secures $8 million in funding to empower games in the Web3 ecosystem. TikTok star and co-founder of Joystick, Michael Le, announced that its gaming and esports platform has raised $8 million seed round and is currently raising $110 million of funding round. Joystick is a blockchain-based platform that aims to connect global games to their players while providing economic empowerment by altering the current play-to-earn revenue sharing model to give them 100% of the revenue. As a result, the brand offers an opportunity for gamers to have access to gaming earnings without taking a percentage of their income. Joystick operates by taking a small monthly fee from users instead of a percentage of their gaming revenues. This is unlike most scholarship models in games right now. The platform also hosts several educational events and regular esports tournaments for players to earn awards while improving their gaming skills. And lastly, N3twork Studios raises $46 million to create Web3 games. The funding round was led by Griffin Gaming Partners, with participation from Kleiner Perkins, Galaxy Interactive, KIP, Floodgate, LLL Capital, and N3twork Inc. The funding will support the development and launch of the studio's first 2 blockchain games, Legendary Heroes Unchained and Triumph. Legendary Heroes Unchained is a play-and-earn RPG based on the famous legendary game of Heroes, while Triumph will be a profound yet accessible real-time multiplayer RPG with an innovative economy that offers a hybrid of free-to-play and Web3. N3twork Studios is a blockchain gaming studio formed in January of 2022 and comprised of several people with experience from big companies like EA, Kabam, Zynga, Glue, Gree, Scopely, Machine Zone, Warner Brothers, and Disney. The studio will be partnering with Forte to power its game and economy as it seeks to achieve its objectives in the Web3 ecosystem. And that's a wrap for this week's News Day. What are your thoughts about the news I talked about today? Let me know in the comments. I'll be back same time next week to give you another weekly recap. And for more info on everything about blockchain games, check out our website at PlayToEarn.net, where we have the largest database of games that have all the info you need. That's it for today. See you next video.